And Yogananda told a story illustrating this point about the priest and a fisherman in an Indian village. And there was this priest who in this story is not the most highly evolved priest in the world. He was more the priest that you find sometimes in villages who takes advantage of his position. And this priest was taking advantage of his position with his fishermen by always demanding to get fish and sort of taking it on credit. And the fisherman would give him the fish and he never got paid. And he ran up this huge debt to the fisherman. So at one point, the fisherman went out and finally cornered the priest. And he said, "Oh, Holiness, your divine presence, I have this debt that you've run up. But what I really want is for you to teach me to walk on water and give me the power to do that. And I will forgive all your debts. And then I'll be able to get out to where the fish are. And I will give you free fish for a long time." And the priest was cornered and he goes, "Oh my God, what do I do now?" I said, and he wasn't a very believing priest, but he decided, "Okay, Mr. Fisherman, all you have to do is on your palm, write the symbol for Om 3 times with deep faith, and then you'll be able to walk on water." So the fisherman went back, who was a very devout person. He went back to the river Ganges and to the banks of the Ganga, and he did this. He wrote Om on his palm, and lo and behold, with great faith and great energy, he was able to walk across the water. And he would go out to where the fish were, and he started getting all these fish. And for some time, of course, the priest was avoiding the fisherman because he wasn't convinced this was going to happen. And at one point, the fisherman finally caught up with the priest and said, "Here, Your Holiness, I've brought you this fish, this wonderful fish." And the priest looked and said, "Wow, where did you get such a beautiful fish?" And he said, "Well, I've been going out to the middle of the Ganges. I've been walking on water just as you taught me." And he looked at him and said, "Show me." So then the priest and the fisherman go down to the banks of the river, and the fisherman writes Om, both hands of the priest, grabs him by the arm, and they move out into the Ganges and they start walking on the water. And the priest is slightly amazed, but then his doubt comes in and his negativity and his disbelief, and he starts to sink a little bit, and he starts to pull up his robes. He says, "Fisherman, fisherman, I'm going to drown. My robes are getting wet." And the fisherman replied and just looked at him, because he knew at that point. He said, "You can't have this disbelief. You can't have this negativity and still enjoy the fruits of the prayer, the fruits of this faith." And so he quickly hustled the priest back to the bank and let him sit there and contemplate the lessons that he had learned from this. But it's very, very important to have that sense of deep belief, and that moves toward faith.